Well, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Those of you have we apologize for the delay, but we had a chance to see some great basketball for the game that we were able to see on national TV. That's another story for another day, maybe today. But yeah, I guess since we came in right after the Fever and Connecticut Sun game, the second time in a week, what do you think about the game? Let's go ahead and start with that one.
It was interesting. It was good.
So do we seen some improvement from game one to now game four for the Fever? Obviously they are still
Yeah.
0-4, but they're Timmy. The players have been catching a lot more of Caitlin's passes. They've seemed I think one of you like to use the word synergy. There seems to be some synergy there between them, and that's only going to improve. Kelsey Mitchell is back. She looks healthy now, ready to go. So, what were some of the bright spots in that game that you all witnessed?
I think for me, the first couple of games they played like how many games they played? Three in a
Uh,
preseason game, right?
Four.
Four.
they've had four.
Okay, so the last game before this one, I think it was too Caitlyn focused and they looked terrible because they was trying to do too much Caitlyn. But I think this game they worked it a little better to where they played with her, they let her shoot some, she passed some, they tried to get others involved. So I think this is the best game they looked that this is the best game they've had altogether in my opinion. Um I still keep saying her name wrong. So Timmy, is that it?
Timmy's
Um
right.
Yep.
Child, she is really, really good. My girl V is good as gone, bless her heart. Um she's really, really good. She gets it done. She just does like the things that you always need. She's really, really quick. She hustles. She don't mind fouling somebody, you know. She don't mind taking the hard assignment. She's just really, really good, and she looks happy to play that role. You always need a player like that. They need to try to figure out how they can make her make some threes so they could take Katie Lou Samuelson off the court though, because she's been awful.
So, is she? Walk with me. Is she the Fever's Dearica Hamby from a few seasons ago?
Yes, easily.
You almost, you almost made me say something mean.
Okay. See, I be watching. I be paying attention. Okay. Dolores, what about you? What do you thought about the game? Shay, Yana.
Yeah, I thought it was a good showing from Indiana. It's like I've been saying, I think Indiana's biggest issue is the defensive end. Caitlin got to play a lot in transition in college, which led to a lot of her easy buckets. And in the W, you just simply can't not play on the defensive end and expect to score at the same clip. And so I thought in this game, not that she played better defense, but I thought she was at least more active and attentive. And the team as a whole had better team defense, which led to some scoring in transition, which shifted the momentum and allowed them to stay in the game longer. Um, so that was just a really good sign. I tweeted, even though Aaliyah hasn't been great on the offensive end, and when I say great, she's just not making the shots that she can make. Um, she's been so active on defense, and Alyssa, in my opinion, is having her best year as a team player. Like I've really enjoyed watching her play this year. On both ends of the ball. Yes, she does get lost on defense sometimes. But I've enjoyed watching her. To Lowe's point, Timmy's really good. Um, I don't know how teams kind of just let her land on the Fever, but Fever need to be thanking God and their lucky stars for that. Kaylu Samuelson is not it. I said that when they signed her. And honestly, I
You
think that's
did.
their biggest Achilles heel. Because I get the idea of like you need somebody to shoot threes, but she can't. I mean,
Maybe
mm,
her not as a starter, not as like
nope.
yeah, like if
Mm-mm.
you're on the bench and maybe we come in, we bring you in maybe for a quick hit three, cool. But her trying to play defense and being a starter, I mean, she looks so slow. She was running
And
behind somebody today, and it was awful.
And her assignments are typically like, look at the threes in the WNBA. Jackie Young, Ron Howard, they're literally some of the best DB Yvette. Like some of the best players in the league play that position, and she can't do nothing with none of them. So yeah, then flipping it to Connecticut. Um, I've been so impressed with DJNA and Ty this
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
Like my God, like if they can keep this form all year, that's a scary team. Like they're already scary right now, but that is super scary to see two young guards doing what they're doing for Connecticut. AT looks good with a full roster and without. She's hooping, balling. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great matchup. I think we'll know more about Indiana once they start to play middle of the pack and bottom tier teams. But they definitely got, some of the tough assignments to start the season as a young team. So I'm definitely not writing them off. So I was definitely encouraged by today.
Be encouraged. Okay. Sorry, too early for service. Okay. Yana, Shay.
Go sports.
I'm fucking weak.
I'm
I
sorry,
agree
but
with.
all of this coddling and hand holding shit, I can't do it. So I'ma stay out of it. Y'all got it.
I'm weak.
I'm going to agree with what everybody else said. I think Indiana has shown improvement in both of the, I guess, games that they played after they got the ass whoop in the first ones versus Connecticut and New York. I thought they kind of, played better. So it shows that they are learning and they're going to get better as the season goes on. I do think that they still need to find a way to make Aaliyah and Alyssa more comfortable in their offense, which I think we kind of saw towards the end of the game. And so that's something that they can build on. But I thought it was an overall good game. I thought the bench was crucial for them. I'm extremely hard on Christy Wallace, and I will continue to say that I don't think she should be on the team, but I thought she gave good minutes today. And Tammy gave really, really, really good minutes, and she was a really good pickup for them. And I kind of like seeing her on the court with either Aaliyah or Melissa, just because she brings like a different type of energy that neither of them can. Because she's like a post player that can really like just run the floor and go get the boards. And so I want to see her on the floor more. But overall, yeah, Indiana, they're growing. They looked good in this game. Defensively, I thought Aaliyah and Tammy and Alyssa held down the back line because Indiana guards were barbecue chicken on defense. Which they're gonna have to clean up because I do think that's why Alyssa and Aaliyah were in foul trouble throughout the game, is because they're trying to help so much because the guards are getting beat that they're rotating over and getting in foul trouble. So Indiana guards are gonna have to clean that up. And like Dolores said, Connecticut is they're a scary team. Like right now they're being led by Dejanay and Ty, and AT obviously, but I don't really think that Dewana's really gotten in her bag yet. Like she hasn't really been scoring from three a lot. She hasn't really been like, I mean, the numbers say she's scoring well, but I haven't seen her gotten her bag the way we know she can. And so the fact that they're still doing this without her really being in her bag like that, I think that's huge for them. And same with Brianna Jones. I don't think Brianna Jones has started dominating either. So Connecticut is going to be scary come August and September.
I agree. I agree. Well, before we get into everything else, we're going to rewind just a little bit and take us back to last week. Have some unfortunate news to break. The Golden State franchise did not go with my recommendation of naming this team the Golden State Fog. Instead, they have decided to go as another name that I mentioned on here. You can go back and listen to the recording, the Golden State Valkyries. And some of your favorite artists, one person in particular who I'm looking at, Miss
Why don't
Kayla.
you stay here after hours, baby? When I do
Sorry,
that
I
shit,
don't know. I don't know that tattoo woman's music like that. All I know is, are you down to
you
be
nasty bitch.
the distraction, baby? Do you wanna be? That's
That
all
was
I
like
know.
10 years
I
ago,
hope I
Brandon.
hope she stay over there and don't bring that shit to the southeast. I don't want to hear it.
Lauren,
But no, but
Whoa,
seriously, the Golden
tomatoes,
State
tomatoes,
franchise
tomatoes. I'm throwing tomatoes.
they have announced their
Tomatoes.
name. They are the Valkyries. No Amazon Nets, no Lady Warriors, and none of that stuff.
A
And a
Valkyrie
cute
is a
little
lady
color
warrior.
introducing us to a new scheme that we haven't seen in the W for quite some time. So I'm anxious to see what their uniforms look like. But what do you all think about the rollout?
The ones that look like Sabrina shoes.
Four
Oh.
plus four equals eight on the rollout.
We're gonna do 5 plus 3.
I'm sorry.
Don't start.
Shut the fuck up. They already in hot shit. No, I thought like they did exactly what the WNBA should be doing in terms of capitalizing on the momentum around the WNBA and women's growth. I love the colorway. The black and like light purple is real cute. I like that they already have so much support locally, even though that local support is where they're wealthy. Um, I love that Kalani is like really backing them. I am interested to see how the WNBA handles the expansion draft because
They
it
gonna
very
Mhm.
much
play.
seems like they are going to try to make some shit shake so that
Hmm.
Paige can get to that team. So I hope the W doesn't do that.
Right.
But nonetheless, I've really liked how they've marketed this team. There seems to be a lot of local mobilization happening to ensure that the team stays afloat. So yeah, I'm excited about it, and I've really enjoyed watching how they've used social media to keep people engaged in their franchise.
I just don't like the fact that we not like because it's not nobody's fault, but the franchises. How we see brand new franchises doing so well, already doing better than
Woo.
franchises that have been existing, and it's really pissing me off because if they don't do better, they're gonna fold.
Woo. Yeah. Sell the franchise to some people who know what they're doing. That's neither here nor there. Okay. Anyone else? Miss West Coast, are you excited about having another team out there?
Let me tell you something. If the Mystics lose every game like I have instructed them to, and Catherine Zeta Blazebert fucks up this draft, I'm at her front door and I'm not fucking playing. I'm
And what
really not playing.
what that means for some of you all who are listening is not that he was saying that he doesn't want that team to. Okay, any team will be a great fit for Page for the most part, right? But what he was saying is, in the past, what has happened with the expansion draft and the draft lottery, expansion teams have typically drafted after the teams in the lottery, and those are the teams that have missed the playoffs.
Hmm.
So, by history, the Valkyries shouldn't draft any earlier than fifth, and it would be a slap in the face to those teams who may not have a good season this year to miss out on getting a number one pick or even a top four pick because they want Page to go to a new market team. So that's what we're saying. It's not saying that, oh, Page is not good enough to be number one. It's just that the Valkyries shouldn't have the number one pick unless, of course, they decide to make some draft or something happen, or if they end up with the number one pick, then some real shit has happened behind the scenes. That's what
Or
we're saying.
and if now they're praying for Shay, but if there is a trade, I'm fine with it. But in terms of like the WNBA moving or changing historical precedents, that's what I'm speaking to. Is like making sure that they don't like move no shit around just to ensure that that team looks a certain way.
But then, even then, will it? Will I mean? I feel like there will be no I guess good faith in any trade that takes place because it's going to still look like, or it'll still be met with some did Kathy pull a David Stern, or did they try to veto something, or did they try to force their hand? Because
I'm
realistically, what assets would the Valkyries have really to give up? Because I don't want to, this is going to sound bad, they're going to be their roster is going to have team players on there who were not protected from other teams. I don't want to use the word leftover players, but expendable players. So, like, what other team that probably wins the lottery will find something of what they would think is of value worth trading for the number one pick, if that makes sense.
I think what I where I could see it happening specifically in regards to Paige is, say for instance, once the expansion draft does happen, you know that there's going to be some really talented players up in the air. So I'm thinking like major like blockbuster trade type thing. Nothing like, oh, we just got player X and we believe, like I'm thinking like major like shift the league around type trade, not like. No,
Okay.
And
small
you
stuff.
can you might see them trade for like future draft picks if you
Right.
don't believe that
Because
the
you got
Valkyries are going to
Juju,
be
all them,
good,
yeah.
right? Yeah, like you might be like, hey, like we could end up, like I can give you Paige, and if my team's still kind of shitty, and I still got your pick, and your team a little shitty, I'm gonna have two first rounders in a draft class that could have the
I
best
might.
freshmen that we've seen in forever. So it's just
So in
you
other
gotta
words,
think ahead, but
you asking for picks for 2027 draft class. Keep 25, keep 26, give me 27.
I'm asking for it all. If you want the first round, I'm asking for everything. You ain't finna have no first round picks for 5 years straight. If you want the number one pick in this class, I'm taking all your first rounders for the next several years.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, I know one thing. For Shay's sake, I hope Mike Tebow gets his point guard.
Let me tell you something else. As instructed, per my instructions, you lose every game, there won't be no T-bolts. We clearing the house, okay? We got to start over.
If you could pick anybody, who
Oh,
who would be your coach?
Tara Vanderveer. I don't know, just not.
You're going to get Kim Mulkey.
Give me Lindsey Harden.
Yeah,
I I think I just feel like she's already out there. They might as well keep her there and make her the Valkyries head coach.
Well, what the hell you asked me for? You asked me who I wanted, and then you tell me that I can't have them. Shit, I don't know no more.
Okay, okay, okay. You're right. Go ahead, Lindsey Hardy. We're gonna see you in DC. All right. So, so congratulations to that fan base out there. They threw a block party over the weekend. It looked exciting. They really embraced the culture. Um, well, but as Dolores said, their fan base is very wealthy. Hopefully they do a really good job of incorporating both Oakland and Golden State, or Oakland and San Francisco into the fan base, and it's not just the tech bros out there. But we're going to see. So moving on to the start of the WNBA season, we've had some amazing performances. We had triple doubles right out of the gate. We've also had some double doubles, some less than favorable double doubles. We've had some 30+ point games, and we saw the awesome ring night celebration of the Las Vegas Aces, who are the back-to-back WNBA champions. So, from week one, which I guess games were your favorite games, or what are your highlight plays of the week? And we want to make sure we get some good highlights. If you get my drift.
for me, uh, it's a bunch of stuff. I don't want to say any game in particular, but De'Erica came back
Mm-hmm.
like on a fucking mission. Like De'Erica is playing out of her freaking mind. Um, Ryan has been really good. Um, AT came back and put the double. I mean the triple double. And Asia came out with the 30 points, and Stewie has had a good. I mean it's just so much. Like it's
And I
just
think something that stood out about De'Erica, I think in one of the telecasts, I can't remember which game it was, but they mentioned that she had this conversation with Kurt before the season and saying, "I'm going to be this different player. You don't have to worry about that. You're not going to see that player from last year anymore." A lot of times some people say those things and then it's like, okay, they don't really back it up. But so far, what, 2 games into the season, she's really shown that she is playing at a caliber that could possibly have her be all WNBA, an All Star starter, or those types of things. So, what is it about her game that you've seen improve, or were there some things that she just took to, or I guess, what did she take to another level?
to me, when you grown like that, it's all about focus and what you lock in on. Like she was always decent and could, get a bucket, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's good. It's very inconsistent. Sometimes you'll do this and sometimes you won't. So to me, it's not anything that she's doing that's super super different as a whole. It's just really locking in and being able to do certain things consistently. To me, it doesn't look like because sometimes she'll have these really good games and then sometimes she'll be terrible.
But
So
I
to me,
think, I
And
it's
think,
consistency.
go ahead, Yana.
And I think sometimes there's like a different approach you take to off-season work when you know that you're the center focus in the paint, right? Like I think she's been playing alongside a lot of post players, Asia, Liz, and all that, where it was kind of like your role was simply just going to be a role player, right? And so you probably don't go into the off season with the mindset of I got to come in next season dominating, but just to make sure that you're able to do the things that are asked of you as a role player. Whereas this off season, you know that LA is losing pieces like NECA, Chene. You know that they're going to have to go into the draft and you don't know what you're getting out the draft. And so it's like, all right, I got to put in this work because I'm going to be that person that everyone's looking, to as a leader. I'm going to be the person in the paint that has to be that leader. And so your mindset's different. Like your approach to off season's different. Your approach to the game is different. Everything's just different. And I think that's what we're seeing from her right now.
Yeah, locking in.
I will
I think
say,
she. Oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No problem. You're good.
Oh no, I was just gonna say she improved on the turnovers to me
And
because
even
it
her
was a lot of
handle.
times when she get that ball and she fly down the court and it's a travel double dribble layup in one move.
Yeah, I think De'Erica is like I mean she's one of the most like decorated bench players in league history. She's won more six woman of the years than most people. So the talent has always been there, but I think to Yana's point about finally being the vocal point, I think that's kind of led to her execution more consistently because I think she's doing what she's always done at a higher clip and more consistently, which I really like. Some other performances that have stood out to me, I think Ryan has come back this year, like on Demon Time. Um, like like the moves are just better than they've ever. Like she just looks really good. I think AT looks like an MVP or front runner right now. Really impressed by her. I think Asia is right back where she left off. Like and even better, almost in my opinion. So I'm really impressed by a lot of shit going on in the league. Also, the blocks against Phoenix were really wonderful and beautiful. So yeah.
And
I
speaking
want
of,
to add one more thing that I'm impressed by: Minnesota.
yeah,
I never thought Minnesota was going to stink. Like I did think they'd be a playoff team, and I did think they'd compete. But I think they've started the season really well. Being Fee's gonna be in MVP conversations this year. I think Courtney Williams has been doing an amazing job running the point for them, which kind of shocked me because I used to get a little stressed watching her run point for the previous teams that she was on, but it's working out for Minnesota, so that's a plus. And then Alana Smith has been hooping for them as well, so I'm kind of shocked to see it all come together so quickly for them. I know they still have areas they can grow in, but for it to come together so nicely so soon, I've been impressed with that.
okay.
Yeah,
And now,
Fee,
what
Fee
about some other
definitely.
names?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think Fee definitely is another one that I forgot to mention in terms of MVP conversation. I still wish they had a true five. Like I know they're waiting on Dorka, but she's a four in my opinion. I think Minnesota is just a really good like not, and it doesn't even have to be a Sylvia Fowles big. They are just a little bit more length away from like a being like a top tier team. But even without that, I think Fee and what's homegirl Alana Smith have been an insanely dope post duo. Like, woo, oh my god. Been really impressed by them. Fee's shooting a lot better on all three levels. A consistent bucket, and they just, I mean, that's a gritty team. Like they look like a traditional Minnesota team, which is refreshing to see.
Some other performances from around the league. Lasia Clarendon with their triple double. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Copper, her career high, and I can't remember the exact number. I know it was in the 40s.
No, it's
Um,
38.
38. Okay, sorry, my bad. 38 for Copper. We've seen Jackie Young, handling a lot of the facilitating
And I
while
don't like it.
you know while Chelsea, but she's
We
been
ain't got
the
nobody
numbers
else.
are there.
I don't like
While
it.
Chelsea Gray's been out, you all mentioned that's Elizabeth Williams in her defense, and Chicago, they were able to get one out of Dallas. Enrique is going to be Enrique. So I think this first week of basketball was really good, but also a lot of the teams played the same teams. So going into this week, we'll get a chance to really see different matchups with teams that they haven't faced before. So that's going to be really, really exciting. And I know while you all were talking about LA and what they were going to get out of the draft, that takes us into this next part of the rookie, what we're going to call the rookie report. I don't have any music today. So, what are some of the highlights of some of the rookies? We have Cam Brink with her blocks, and Rakia Jackson. It looks like her minutes are improving. Angel Reese, obviously, we have Caitlin Clark. And so, what have been some of your bright spots with the rookies this week?
For me, my bright spot is Angel. Um, Duck. I mean, the consensus is, it wouldn't transition. She needs a jump shot. She needs post moves. Those things are still true. For her growth in the league, absolutely, she will need that. She will need that to develop because once people clock her, whatever. But she has been doing her motherfucking thing. Like I've said on Space before, when you were a dog fucking translates because you not gonna let nobody beat you. And you might get me one time, but you're not gonna get me the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. And I remember, I don't know who I was talking about, and I said, I feel like she might transition quicker just because that's her mindset. She don't play that shit. You know what I mean? So she has just been a bright spot for me because she came in and she did exactly what a whole bunch of people didn't think she would do. I feel like she came in and did stuff that the people in the league that run the league didn't think she would do. So all of my kudos go to Angel because even the Cameron Brinks, they thought even with her being foul prone, oh well she'll be okay and this person will be okay and this person will be okay, but a lot of people did not think Angel would, and she is. So my everything goes to her. Damn everybody else right now.
Okay.
Rakia motherfucking Jackson. Put her in the starting lineup, Curtis.
Child.
But I need them Rakia minutes. Kate Martin surprised me.
Really?
Not in like she could hoop because we know she a small player, but like being out there in them crunch time minutes, like I don't know, man. She's a part of that team for real.
I agree, Shay.
I
I
kind
don't.
of felt like that was gonna happen in general because I do think like if you go back to Iowa's games in general, like I think sometimes her play got overshadowed. Not sometimes, her most of the time her play got overshadowed by Caitlin. But defensively, when they needed somebody to get a defensive stop, she was the one, right? Even when you go to that Iowa UConn game when they were going back and forth, the back and forth wasn't between Caitlin and Paige. It was between Paige and Kate Martin. Like Caitlin was struggling that game and Kate Martin was hooping. So for me, I kind of felt like she was going to make the team just simply off of defense. Like I think we've talked about it before when transitioning to the W, if you can play defense, sometimes that's all you need as a rookie because you got scorers. You got like she's on a team with a bunch of hoopers, a bunch of scorers, but can someone step in and slide in and just be a defensive stopper and stretch the floor a little bit, knock down a three here and there, and that's her. That is Kate all the way. So I'm not shocked at all.
I'm not shocked
Yeah.
she make the team. I'm just like a rookie and that's your second game and you playing crunch time minute for the defending champs. Like that's major.
Well, if you know what I'm thinking, man.
Yana.
Look, you know what?
I will
They ain't got no choice.
to
Okay, all right. Well,
Somebody
to
gotta play.
I'm watching the Fever sub Caitlin in and out on offense and defense. That's all I'm saying.
to Lowe's point. I think Angel has definitely been my bright star of rookies this year. Um I don't know what I expected from Angel this season. I know, like, I definitely agreed with her dog would translate, but I think, like, her leadership and just her level headedness in the matchups that she's been going against has been refreshing to watch. Like, you go against Tierra McCowan a few times, you gonna get your shit rocked a few times. But she was always swinging back against Natasha Howard, always swinging back against McCowan, and like she got in foul trouble. A normal rookie not gonna come back out get a steal, get a lay, like affect the team the way she did it and impact the team. And she's done that consistently early in the season. And she knows what she needs to do to score the ball in the WNBA. And a lot of people don't. Like a lot of young guards or players in general get into the WNBA and they realize that the moves they had in college ain't gonna get them a bucket in the W. And Angel's found a way to still get to her spots and get these shots that she likes in the W. And then those old boards, she's still getting them. you know, I know we thought rebounding might be a little bit more challenging for her in the W, but she's still getting them. It's the same board she was getting at LSU, she's getting in the W, because she's so active. So yeah, I've been really impressed with Angel. If we were doing a rookie of the week, she would get mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is the rookie. I think,
I
yeah,
mean,
she's
on
the rookie
top
of the
of
week.
it's crazy because it's like they feed off her energy too, and for you to be a rookie and to have that type of impact on this roster already is dope.
I
Also, she's still out in the streets running
period.
that shit up too.
I think also the way that her energy is infectious, the
Elizabeth
team the
Williams.
team that's around her is just perfect. I think that's just who they are in a sense too. Like that team, that's just them. That's who they are. And not to take nothing from her. I don't want y'all to read it like I'm taking that from Angel because absolutely not. She definitely is a leader, but I think that team has kind of built themselves on shit. Well, we might as well. And we 12. They ranked us 12. We got a new coach. We a whole bunch of black girls in Marina. Let's get it. You know what I mean? So I think that's just that's how they coming.
I really think that for me, when I noticed the whole energy thing, obviously we knew, watching, shout out to the greatest conference in women's basketball, no, greatest conference in basketball, period, the SEC. We knew the type of player that Angel was. But to see that rub off on Elizabeth Williams as well, not saying that she was always like a mute type player, but, Elizabeth, we all know, was med school, getting ready to do her thing in a few years, whatever, probably
Not
become a
med
doctor.
school.
No, for real, like getting ready to do her thing whenever she decides to retire. Like you got her out there, like just being just energized and running the court and like all the chest bumps and all that stuff, right? And I feel like that is an extension of what the coach as well as the players on the floor that they've accumulated, leading starting with Angel. So shouts out to Angel, who is the committee Black Sports Group. Stop.
Wait, B, can I add one more?
Yes.
I gotta show Van Loo some love. 31-year-old rookie, but she can hoop. Like it's not gonna look great because the Mystics are who they are, but Van Loo was a really good pickup for them.
Who she play for?
She played
The
for the
Mystics.
Mystics.
I know. I was doing like Shaq. They got that segment. Who he played for? Never mind. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
brother.
I was about to say, but nah, Van Loo, she's straight.
And then how many of y'all still call Carly? How many of y'all call Carly Lou?
Me.
To this day,
Okay, so that's the
But
general consensus. Her name is
she's
Carly Lou.
been hooping. I'm
Yeah.
like like she's a player who I'm so happy for because she's truly been bouncing from team to team and she's been making a mark everywhere she goes, but she just couldn't stick. And so for her to end up on a team with a protected contract, I'm happy, and to be shown out the way she is, I'm happy for her.
I saw somebody tweet that the Fever got the wrong Samuelson.
And
but
did.
who would have thought that Carly Lou was the better Samuelson?
Tara.
Well,
Hey, I ain't even gonna listen. My
well,
my memory of Carly that's ingrained in my brain is her kicking South Carolina ass in the
Amen.
Final Four, and then she got injured. And
I don't even
honestly,
remember that.
Yep.
I
Oof.
like listen. That injury changed the game. It did. Like it changed the game because she was lighting our ass up in that Final Four, and then she got hurt and we were able to win that game. That was when like I realized because I always knew she could shoot, but the way she was lighting us up in that Final Four, I was like, God damn, did she miss?
Sorry, it had to be you, girl, but thank you. So,
Okay.
I don't even
so we're
remember
going
that.
we're going to move on from the rookies, and before we get into our sinking and swimming this week, um, who are some of your disappointments?
Seattle.
Yeah,
I ain't even watched them.
they've been so bad.
Like
yeah.
I I knew that it was going to take them some time to gel. Because obviously bunch of new pieces, so I wasn't expecting them to come out the gate like beating everybody ass or nothing. But overall, I've just been very unimpressed. I think Vivian's she's been struggling a lot. Jules started the season like shooting 17% from the field. I think it's starting to go up now, but that doesn't help either.
Well, hell,
Um,
that's almost the fucking bottom. And yeah, of course it can only go up.
Not too
is
much. She
that?
shot 5 for 17 tonight. So
Well,
Well,
damn.
shit. It was. I thought she was shooting fine the last time I checked. God damn. So I don't know what it is right now, but if Jewel ain't shooting at an efficient clip, then it really becomes a struggle. So
I think that's Jewel. I think she just hits them sometimes. I feel like she's always inefficient. I'm more even when she scores a lot. Most of the times, I feel like I'm more shocked that she's efficient. Not if she gets a lot of points,
But
like she scores a lot, but
I think she's just been god awful. Like inefficient, I agree. She definitely has that Enrique gene, but it's been bad. Like it's oh god, y'all. Watching her this season has been disastrous.
yeah.
Are there any other disappointments?
I'm gonna be
Um.
quite honest. I think
my
AB.
disappointment is Atlanta. The first game I think they did really well, kind of. I've been disappointed in Atlanta for a while, but that's another story. The last game, I don't mind them like them losing to Phoenix doesn't bother me. How they lost bothers me because the first half nobody wanted to play. Only Ryan showed up. Then in the second half we start doing better. We getting a lot of movement. We get back in the game till we really make it a game that we could have won, and then we get bad shot. What the hell are you doing? Like, and it's just like, is somebody telling them that? So it's not that they lost, it's how you lose sometimes. Like they got to figure that out. I feel like they can be decent, they can be straight. I like Haley. She's done really well. She scored some. She's starting to do a little bit, but as a point guard, no, the experiment is over. Let it go. Like I can't, and it's not a Haley. It's not her fault. She's doing what she's being asked, but I can't. Like I just want us to be more consistent and figure it the hell out.
D-
It's
d-
Aaliyah for me. I'm sorry. I just,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, I
agreed.
ride. As much as I ride for my favorite players, I also have to be honest about my favorite players. And I think, to be quite honest, she didn't come into the season ready for the team that she was going to be joining. Now, I will say the coach has not done a great job putting her in a position to be successful. The team is basically designed around making sure Caitlin can drop 30 balls a game, which doesn't do a lot for Aaliyah. Them not playing any defense doesn't do a lot for Aaliyah. But I think she's not handling contact well this season. She's getting knocked off her spots very regularly, not finishing around the rim. So those things are definitely they're disappointed. I think it's hard. Like in this climate of women's basketball, we talk about all the time. Like, do you go overseas or not? Some people don't need it because they're just that good and they put in the work elsewhere. But I don't know if Aaliyah can take another off season and not play at least for a month somewhere. Or if she's not gonna play, like get a trainer that's gonna get in your ass and don't go to these like I'm gonna follow my boyfriend to Seattle, like whatever she does.
I'm weak.
Like whatever she does needs to involve something serious, like an intense, like working on playing with the pick and roll, knowing how to play with the player that you're going to be stuck playing with, and vice versa. So I hope that she can either get into shape very soon, or do the work is required this next off season to be the player that she knows she can be.
Okay, okay. All right. So you all mentioned the Seattle Storm. We some. Oh, sorry, I got to get my words together. Victoria Vivian didn't score until what yesterday or yeah yesterday. Throughout the first two games, she was held scoreless. Um, what has been the bright spot for the Storm that you all have seen, if any?
Their
Skylar
jersey
outfit.
colors.
Skylar outfits.
That's all.
Um, NECA's there, I guess.
That's not a bright spot.
Hell, she only played one game.
That's not a
Oh, I know
I
the
said
new
she's there.
facility. The new facility.
Let
Bright
me
spot.
let let me be nice. Jordan Horston has been a bright spot on that team this year. She's doing everything she did last year, a little bit better. She's kind of like a point forward guard. Like it's weird. Like she looks really big on the court, and they play her basically 1 through 4 in some capacity at times. So she gets to do some really nice things. She kind of is taking on a Gabby Williams role. For them, a couple of years ago when the Aces knocked them out in the semifinals, she's taken on that role, which I think is really great for her. So yeah, yay for that.
Go sports.
I
Okay.
want more from Ezzy.
You remember last year? Y'all tried to argue me down that girl was this and that. No, she stinks. She stinks. I don't
Thanks.
see the vision. I
Like
don't
she had the potential like 2 years ago, and it's just stalled out.
Yes, it was. Yes,
know.
it was the year. Was that the year when Was that the year when Tina came and kind of
It
like
was
took
the
all of her?
year Asia knocked them out. Thank you.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
No.
Because I think it changed once Tina came to that team. It changed. Like because she was a candidate from all defense. I mean, for defensive player of the year, one of the all W teams, and then all of a sudden, it's like she went to the bench and she never found her form again. So, yes, and then as Dolores said, when the Aces knocked them out. Okay, so those are the pros and the cons of this week. Um, However, let's move on over. Well, not however. Let's go and move to the fits of the week. So we've seen the W season start off with a bang with some of the girls in their closets. Some of the girls look like they have found stylists this season. They've gotten a bag, whether it's from their endorsements and all those good stuff. My personal favorite. Well, no, let me hear y'all favorites first. Who do you think has looked the best or really put that shit on to start the season?
The WNBA social media page being a motherfucking coon.
Oh my
I
That's
god.
who
said,
put that shit on.
who's the
Um,
wardrobe? The wardrobe.
Sabrina's new shoes came out or about to be were announced. Woo, yay.
who? I
Kate
don't even.
Martin plays Kate Martin plays Caitlin Clark. Woo. They put
Anybody
that
got
shit on.
anybody want to talk
Yay.
about some clothing?
I can't even think of nobody that I'm like.
I
I mean,
think
Stewie definitely got a stylist.
yeah,
Yeah,
Stewie's
Praise
been
Stewie.
God.
Stewie
Praise
yeah,
looks
God.
Stewie's
good.
been
I
he's
don't
been
be
doing it
liking.
all.
I don't like the shoe choices, but I like everything until we get into her shoes.
Is it
You
because
just
she
gotta
pigeon
cut that
toed?
part out.
I
No,
think
no,
it's
it's
the.
the shoes.
Oh, the actual choice. Oh,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Not to say she
I
about to trip
thought
over her own feet.
Asia's little bar like her little Harajuku Barbie fit was dope. I thought that was nice. KP giving the girls City Girls.
Baby, that was a look.
I was like,
The
okay,
titties were lifted.
okay, it was giving
I don't like
abs,
stuff like
giving
that.
titties. It was. I was like, all right,
Ass and
KP.
titties.
That remind me of the little studs when they be wearing their blazers without their bra on. I don't like it.
Oh
now
well. Okay, never mind. No, no. Reba's
um,
not on. Reba's
I
not on the
think
stage.
AT and Bonner been walking in cute together. At least the
They
ones that I remember. I thought their like little couple fits have been cute.
They have been cute because I think they normally used to just put on a Nike, what is it called, tech fleece suit and call it a day. Ono has looked good. Ono, I think she tries different things and I think she looks really good. But I mean, but it's hard to not look good when you have that frame or whatever. And then when she's so tall, so I think she's done well. Who else?
Ooh, you know who Cam?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Cam
yeah.
be
she
putting
always
that
be.
shit on.
It don't matter what she put on. She gonna look like a baddie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Low key.
Cam could
Yeah.
walk through in a trash bag and she gonna eat somehow.
Yep.
The Sky play. It was this. I forgot which group of four it was, but I know it was Angel
Angel,
and
Dana, Izzy, and
Kaiser. Yeah,
Kaiser,
somebody light skin.
Kaiser.
Kaiser.
I think they looked pretty, but I don't know if I like the fits other than Dana's. But they looked good.
Okay, okay. So who was your crop top of the week, Lo? Or your poppy top?
Jackie. Jackie with that all leather with the docks, fire.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't like no poppy crops this week?
No.
I don't think I've even seen what they were wearing, to be
Well,
honest.
Shatori Kimbrough Walker never misses. So
Yeah, she always.
whatever she wore, yes. I don't even need to see it.
Yeah.
Just yes.
Okay. Okay.
I also want teams to be for real when they start doing these like fit checks. Like if your whole team pulled up in some jogger sets, please don't
Don't
keep
even
no
sit. Don't
Are
put
you
that
fit.
talking
video
about
out.
Atlanta and do you want to fight?
No, it wasn't. I think it was
I
the
wasn't even
fever.
thinking about Atlanta.
Oh.
It was the fever video they posted. They were
Yes, it
all
was the
walking out the
fever I was
hotel,
thinking about.
Oh. Look at
and I
that.
think only
Hit
two.
dogs holler.
I think only two of them, or maybe three, had on the outfit. Caitlin, Ewell, and maybe Nalissa.
Hit
Everybody else
dogs
had on
holler.
the team issued gear.
Woo.
Okay, so we're going to get into the games of the week, and we know we have quite a few games coming up. A lot of some national TV games. Tomorrow, the Atlanta Dream has their home opener versus the Dallas Wings. Both teams are 1-1, and Phoenix is back in Vegas. Also for their game against the Aces. And the Mystics play the Sparks. Charter flight should be starting, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. I think charter flights is supposed to be happening today or tomorrow. So hopefully the girls gonna get some good snacks on their planes. So when we're getting into this week's schedule, I'm gonna start from the top and go and tell me if you think those teams are sinking or swimming and your rationale behind your choice. So we're gonna start with the Las Vegas Aces. What do you think about them?
They tread in water.
Okay.
What
I
was the
think that's a fair
question?
assessment.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Sinking, sinking or swimming.
Yeah, they tread in water.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't like the
I
point
gotta.
guard
I
situation. I'm
think they're
sorry.
doggy paddling.
I don't like the point guard situation.
They're
Yeah.
floating.
Okay. The Liberty,
Mm.
They swimming.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm not.
but they played
Okay,
the
they haven't
Fever.
played any really good teams yet. You're right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I,
They're all
mm.
pros. A win is a win.
Yeah, I think yeah, I'll give him a swim.
Connecticut Sun.
Damn near Michael Phelps.
We're gonna because this is the committee. We're gonna say Simone Biles,
She
not
don't
Simone
swim
well,
She
Biles.
though.
he
don't
don't want us to say her
Nigga,
name. He
swim.
want us to say the
Manual.
man her
You
I
name.
mean
know
manual?
Simone
Y'all say
Manual.
Sam
manual.
her.
Yes, manual. Yes, y'all know what I'm talking
Brother.
about.
Oh.
It's Simone Manual. Sorry,
Y'all,
Harold.
this what we have to deal with in the damn chat.
So the Minnesota Lynx.
Also, Ryan Lochte.
Okay, yeah, we ain't got. We'll say
Didn't
Kate.
he get
I think
arrested?
Katie
He
Oh
did.
Lord.
that matches Minnesota Katie Ledecky based off their history. See, I know some other sports. Okay, the Phoenix Mercury.
Hell.
I'm not gonna
They got a
comment.
life jacket on.
I'll refrain from commenting.
I think they got a life jacket on. The life jacket is Ka.
I think they have a bird's eye view.
Not you saying it's not original. Okay,
I don't think about them.
I don't know her. Okay, the Chicago Sky.
They are in
Skinny dipping.
training. They're like the babies when they throw them in the water,
They're
and the little
skinny
white
dipping.
the white woman sitting on the edge making sure that the babies, that's them.
They turn over at some point to
Yeah.
breathe.
Yes.
Okay, Dallas Wings.
Oh baby, they neck is
They
just at the edge.
sinking
Yeah, the neck is at
because
the
of
edge.
injury. Like the
They
injury
know
concern is a
Chicago.
problem.
You remember in the Titanic when the girl was? Let me not.
Lo, can you go on mute right quick before I ask this next one? Because I don't want you cuss. The the Atlanta the Atlanta Dream.
Oh brother.
Oh, brother.
Jaws.
No, 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 no. Hold on now.
Da, da, da,
Hold
da.
on.
Da, 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 da.
No, don't do them like that. Ryan and Leash is swimming.
I know. So this Jaws.
Ryan and Leash swimming.
Welcome back, Tina Charles. Welcome back, Tina Charles.
Yes. She hooped.
Welcome back.
She was
For
Yes,
hooping.
one game.
Not for one.
one.
Hey, if DT can only show up for one game a week, then Tina should be allowed to too.
Not on my goddamn team.
Seattle Storm.
Thinking, man, they
Now
might
they
be at
got
the bottom
now
of the
they
ocean.
jaws.
what's
What
the
you just said?
what's the
They on
people
the submersible with them people.
no, I'm about to say-
Lord.
Dolores, get out of my head.
Oh my god! And then the people did pay a lot of money for that submersible.
damn,
They
damn with their new practice facility.
right. They just paid all that money for that facility. Lord. Okay.
They got Noel holding some controllers. What was it? Like PlayStation
No,
controllers.
that was a fucking Atari or something. I think the most fun winless team is probably the LA. No, no, maybe not.
Mm,
Okay, the LA
they're not
Sparks.
fun. They have fun players.
Okay, I can see that. Okay, fun players. So, what do we think about the LA Sparks?
Poseidon.
Oh, honey, I can't. I don't eat or drink nothing. I can't spell.
Baby,
Okay, here's the.
It's a movie about a tsunami, Brandon.
Oh, okay. Oh Lord,
good.
the magical T-bolts.
They
Oh,
in hell.
bitch.
Right where we want them, baby. Great job,
What?
girlies.
Let me switch it. Atlanta's Lake Lanier
Oh
and
no,
Ooh.
bitch, no. Oh
and
no,
Washington.
The
no.
Pacific.
Black people dying there, and that's all we got. No, take it back. You take it back right now. You say you sorry right now.
They gonna star in Age of a
Take it
Country's
back.
new film, Lake Lanier too.
Take that shit back right now.
please don't get please don't get Shay started on Angel
I'm
McCarthy.
sorry, Lord.
Take it back.
I take it back.
Thank you, golly.
Oh God.
Hell wrong with you,
Oh. You know what? Maybe the Mystic should sign Angel McCarthy to bring her home, her and her lipstick.
Brandon? Do you want me to curse you? Do y'all see the video I made? I
Oh,
gotta show y'all the video I made with Angel.
Oh God.
She from
Ooh.
DC?
Yeah,
no,
she
she
from
from Baltimore.
Baltimore.
It's an Angel thing, ain't it?
And last but not
And
least,
wait, but the best thing about them signing Angel is they can drop the T out of Baltimore like them people say it and Baltimore and fire the T-bones.
What?
okay, and last but not least, the Indiana Fevers. Sinking
um,
or swimming.
That's floating.
hell no. I'm just trying to find the movie.
They
Um,
they're like Charles in uh
Pearl
uh
Harbor.
I was about to say Charles floating in that tub in that Medea movie.
He wasn't even floating in the tub. I thought that man he was blowing little air bubbles.
Blowing the bubbles. Christina! Christina! Oh, Christina's not here. Okay, so who do we see? Okay, so out of the schedule this week, um,
Ooh,
who's going to get their first win? So the winless teams are the Mystics. Oh, so boom, they play each other. The Mystics or the Sparks. Who's winning that?
Sparks.
Ooh,
Where is
shit.
it?
It's in LA.
Dependent. Is Shakira Austin and Brittany Sykes available?
Oh,
I'm going with the Sparks.
I don't think Brittany gonna be available.
Yeah, that ankle look bad.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Sparks on that one. I think the Sparks will get it done.
Wait, where
okay.
the game at?
In LA, where probably at? Who knows? But it's in LA. They probably playing
That
down there at the beach.
so y'all, when they play at Long Beach, they can't change the sign on the court.
Turn some extra
Um,
lights on, something.
I don't know.
I
It looked like they
mean,
just add the sparks on there and say good enough.
yeah, they just add like that. Yeah, I don't know.
How you win the original founding franchises and you oh that's so fucking embarrassing. But nonetheless, I think Indiana gets the win this week.
So, do
I
you
think
think
they beat the
Indiana?
Storm. I think Indiana gonna beat the Storm.
Yeah,
Over Skylar's ponytail, I'll be damned. She ain't letting that happen.
Skylar was letting Sabrina blow past her today. She upset me.
That's different.
So
She already conquered that one. She know what
Oh
Sabrina on.
God. You get on my
conquered
nerves.
or not, in no world would I ever let Sabrina blow past me. I'll throw her to the ground before I let her blow past me.
the Mystics are playing the Mercury in Phoenix. What do we think about that one?
Oh, I don't want to think about it. Next.
Yeah, they're gonna lose that one.
I,
Not
I,
only that, the cloud is gonna do a whole bunch of. I don't.
oh
Not
Mm-mm.
the
God.
cloud. The cloud is crazy.
Oh no.
And then the Fever go to LA, and then so the Fever play in LA and Vegas in back to back nights.
They might win LA. I think they can win in LA.
Who?
The Fever.
Mm,
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Now, one I am excited to see is the Liberty. They're not winless, but the Liberty versus the Lynx. That's
Ooh,
going to be fun.
Oh,
a
that'll be a good
bloodbath.
one.
Because
Cause
if
I
I'm, if
think like low key Phoebe, like
yep,
Phoebe hooping versus Stewie,
yep,
like
that's what I was going to bring up.
them Stewie Fee matchups are really good. Like Phoebe hooping.
Fee got Fee treats Stewie like that's her
EDD.
personal rival. Yeah.
yeah, EDD used to be a little girl and what you
Yeah, I
call
think that's the only person Stewie couldn't really like handle.
Fly high, sister. Rest in power.
Oh, Shay, what if she comes? What if y'all do get Paige and she comes back next season?
The Washington white women. I would love it.
Y'all should change y'all name from the Mystics to the Sisters of Liberty.
And then y'all can pull those little suffrage movement jerseys back. Y'all can put the
Y'all know
little
not too
suffrage movement
much.
jerseys back on the shelf.
It's
y'all, you
always so funny
y'all,
when I see people
they
who be talking shit about us in the comments.
they used to be Sojourner
Sorry.
Truths. Hold up, let me check
Hold
because
up.
I
Wait a minute now.
I'm
Send to
sorry,
the chat.
continue.
oh period cleared. I'm probably blocked, so I can't see.
Right. Screenshot. Okay, so with that being said, so I guess who are your early favorites? Because we've seen some amazing performances as we touched on at the beginning of the show. Dejanay Carrington, Ty Harris, who are really stepping up and doing their big ones for Connecticut. We've seen Nafisa, do a thing obviously. Who are some of your early award favorites, or do you think it's too soon?
It is early, but who cares? We can still chat about it.
All right. So for most improved,
Dejanay.
okay.
Hell yeah.
DJ
Or Ty. The Ty
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, low key.
or Hamby.
Or
She
yeah,
can't win that damn.
I
No, take her off that list.
No, why
no.
No.
not? She's
She
She
a
w-
already she
the
been
woman
that
had a
girl.
damn
but
child.
but remember, how what's her name who won last year? Not Nafisa. What's
Satu.
Germ
Not you saying
Ger-
them, they look alike.
Germany?
Satu.
Yes, Miss Germany. Yeah, I mean they gave it to her, and then
I'll
Nafisa
use the
just been
same
injured.
argument I used for Satu. No.
Cause we've
Okay.
seen flashes. We've seen like six when you won six player of the year back to back.
Twice.
You're not bad. I don't know if it's better. You're
Yeah, it was back
you
to
know
back.
you've been here. Dejanay ain't nobody expecting Dejanay to do. Yeah, and Dejanay. I mean, you know what I mean.
That's
So
fair. I
Yeah.
I
think
do think Dejanay. I
that's
mean, I
fair.
do think De'Erica hooping, but I think I would pick Dejanay right now if I had like right now.
Okay. Because to go from a bench player to a starter, and you have De'Arica. De'Arica is a two-time six woman of the year. She's a champion. She's an all-star, multi-time all-star. So like she's done these things already. So I get that. Okay. And defensive player of the year, who you got?
Child,
Now that's a little early for
somebody
that.
gonna have to pry that from Asia, dirty, dry fucking hands, child.
Rookie.
Ooh,
I
Oh,
think
who?
if Brink keep hooping, you could add see if she could be in the combo.
I
yeah,
agree. I
yeah.
agree.
Okay. Okay.
I will say one of my favorite guard defenders is Leisure. I like Leisure is a damn pest. Like I probably would get a tech playing against that little like a lot of the stats that they get aren't on the stat sheet, but Jackie was in hell. Like that's a pesty player. So I like Leisure as well.
MVP.
AT right now.
I'm gonna
Okay.
say Asia.
I mean, I could, of course, I'm ride with that, but for now, AT is my goal.
I'm gonna say Ryan. Don't care.
I
Oh,
support
I
that
was
too.
gonna say Ryan Lowe, but I want the Atlanta Dream to know y'all have an MVP candidate on your team. Your social people need to act like it.
They need to do something, damn it. Do something. Exist. Please don't get me started.
But
Who?
pause. Is that y'all remember that man, that little white man that used to be on Twitter?
Larry.
That yes, is he still there?
He
Yeah,
a
he
part owner.
he's
Somebody
the.
need
I
to
think he's the majority owner, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
somebody need to DM Larry because Larry, I feel like Larry get active if he hear that the people annoyed.
He be out here reading tweets.
Okay, well you sure.
And retweeting. Um. So that's okay. Rookie of the year.
Sure. Until somebody take it out of Angel hands, it's Angel.
Ooh, they gonna
And
cancel the chart.
and I'm not
They gonna
because like
cancel the
I,
charters.
I'm not even being nasty, but to be quite honest, like Caitlyn has done everything. Like she's not. What do they love to say? Like she's the best shooter of all time. Well, that hasn't been efficient, and she's the best passer of all time, and she's got more turnovers than assists. So I can't say her.
And as much as we want to say, like, Caitlyn, she played some tough teams, and he had played some really tough teams. Angel has been up against Stewie, JJ, Tierra, Kalani, Natasha
Bingo.
Howard. Like, them ain't them like them quality big. So I mean, as much as we could say, well, CC's playing this, Angel has too. So I mean, hey.
And if we're gonna keep it a whole, but New York's perimeter defense isn't to be feared. You know, like she wasn't playing against the best defenders in the world that game. I mean, Benaja had, she was struggling against her, but once Benaja got subbed out, she was fine. Like so. Yeah, I pass. Right now, I'm sure she'll hoop when it's time to hoop, but whatever.
Coach of the year.
I gotta go with Teaspoon
Okay. Okay. I think
because
those are all the.
anybody that can get Kennedy to buy in without like getting too heated the way she's doing, you get my damn vote.
Yeah, it's a lot of personalities on that team, and
Oh
Teaspoon
yes.
seemed to be doing her thing.
Now I got a problem because why would ESPNW post this picture of just Cameron Brink with his baseball playing where Rakia's sitting right there as well when you could have posted both of them?
Let me drag them too.
Oh Lord.
Because why would they do that? I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay. Yikes.
Well, we know the fights we fight. So okay, we're going to open up the floor to any questions that we may have. Anything people want to get off their chest or want to discuss about this weekend,
I
or any.
do.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought we are we saying fuck Happy for investigating or no? Is that
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, say it. Scream it.
we ain't touch on that. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't understand how, and I agree. I'm glad AC said something. I don't understand how you can pick and choose who the hell gets to get on a charter flight and who can't. But somebody, the city is like, y'all doing y'all thing. We gonna give y'all some money, and now it's sirens on, and who the hell did this? Blazers up. What the hell is going on? Like the shit is. The WNBA needs to consult an outside PR firm.
They do
They
bad.
have
Bad.
terrible optics. The shit is horrendous. And I don't understand how, as $1 million entity, you don't see that. Like, even the shit they posted today, this is the highlights of the week, and we talk about some goddamn shoes. Like, for real, you dead ass after DB made history. Like, I don't. The optics of this league are terrible, and it's so fucking hard to root for this league. I'm sorry.
It is, and that's my thing. Like, one PR, like PR looking around, it's no way. I know you want growth, but it's no way that you're looking at all of this discourse, looking at all of this, and you think that this is a positive. Like, it's just no way. Like, I know eyes and stuff, but it's no way that you're looking at this like this. Oh, we're killing shit. Then for you to see the optics all week and then say, let me post a video about the first week or whatever of the WNBA, and every person I name is a white woman. To me, that is a choice. I can't fathom that being anything other than a choice. You saw the discourse, you see what's happening, but you still said, I'm gonna post this video and I'm only gonna name these white women. I just don't see how that's anything other than intentional. I don't see it. So to me, that's who you want to cater to. Those are the fans that you want, and it's a slap in the face. It's disappointing because the league is hella black. You have so many black fans, and it's just like you are completely alienating it, gentrifying the WNBA. Like it's really bad. It's disheartening, and it's crazy because people be like, "Y'all make everything about race." I don't know how you watched that video and didn't see it. You're talking about Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin, and Kate Martin did play in some in the last game, but Kate Martin isn't gonna. That's not. I. It's just it's a choice. It's a conscientious choice, and now that it's out there, like all of it now makes sense why my contract wasn't renewed because I'm not reading no script with no shit like that on it. I'm not. I'm not. I'll read some of it, but we're gonna add some stuff in there. And if that's what it is, that's cool because you know what I'm saying. Could I use the money? Absolutely. I'm a teacher. We're broke, but I cannot live with myself as a woman day to day doing some bullshit like that because that's just not fair. It's not, and it's a conscientious choice. And the women on the social team, I'm not saying it's y'all if y'all listen because I know how the girlies do, but that's really fucking pathetic. And I try so hard. I want to be on the W side. I want to say positive things. I don't want to make it seem like I'm always got something negative, but that's a fucking choice and that is fucking embarrassing. And y'all need to do better. And the
Well,
women in the league, instead of spending all your fucking energy arguing with people on Twitter that you pretend not to care about and you pretend not to be checking for, that's who the fuck y'all need to be talking to. And who leads y'all WNBA PA because they're shitty as well. That's where y'all energy needs to be going instead of worrying about us on Twitter. The nobodies that you claim not to care about, the fans and the fanboys. Clock
well,
that.
let me drag the bitches to hell since you already invited us on the walk. Um, I said I said it today, and I'm a double down. It's very fucking interesting to me that a WNBA page can get on this app and go tit for tat nasty girl with fans over low. But you bitches just posted what y'all posted today, and it's fucking mute. Yeah, at one point there was some grace, and I'm sure that everybody that's employed by them doesn't want to do everything they're asked to be employed to do, but have some motherfucking integrity and some motherfucking morals. If you genuinely feel like, I don't uphold the beliefs of this company, like, you need to tell somebody. Shit, you need to say, this is my work, or just don't let us know that you work for the fucking company and don't get sensitive when we start clowning. Because if you get sensitive and let us know on your personal page, then that tells me that you're okay with what you have to post, which is also an issue. And then to the point about the people that are so bothersome about Dolores. If two flying fucks, if anybody and everybody listen to this shit, like me, don't like me, care if I go to jail, care if I don't go to jail, care if I go to hell, don't care if I don't go to jail. You know, my little thing say 3.3K followers. Well, a bitch had two other pages before this, and those pages had upwards of 5K followers. You bitches tune in every fucking week, and since some coons left the committee, y'all been tuning in more. So when I say what I say, I don't give a flying fuck, okay? Ain't nobody gonna check me on this shit. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care who like me. I don't care. I don't care what players like me. I don't care what GMs like me. Because I still have the information. My voice is still out. Lowe's voice is still out. Y'all not gonna cancel us. If you want to separate us, that's my friend in real life. So I'm gonna talk to her off the app and on the app because I got an app, got a life off the app and on the app. So I just want y'all to fucking know I don't give a flying fuck. Okay? All that cooning y'all ass has been doing, all that, ooh, no cap, go to hell. I'm sick of it. Okay? I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, I want the women in the league. I just feel like they deserve so much more. And when I started, and I'm just say this because we here. When I started this platform that I have, this shit was an accident for me. My biggest thing was I want to talk about black women and I want to promote black women and I want to talk about black women in culture because it was something missing there and it still is. Like the women in the league deserve better than that. They do, y'all. Like these women played these phenomenal ass games. DB and it's even messy. She beat her ex to be on the top five. Like that's funny. That's dope. Like eight, and then AT gets a triple double A with this, and we're just missing it for what? Like, is it that important to y'all that this is what is it that important that it's just so sad and I feel bad for him. Even with Angel, like that lady is on her way to be a millionaire, so she don't need my nothing from me. But at the end of the day, like that girl has built, like it or not, has built this shit ground up. She has built this lane for herself ground up. And Caitlyn, she's phenomenal, whatever, but she got it renovated. You copy and paste Sabrina, you copy and paste, you gonna copy and paste Paige, you copy and paste Sue, you copy and paste this, you copy and paste this. What my boy Rick Ross to say, I built the ground up, you bought it renovated. That's what we're looking at. And y'all are trying to ignore Angel and her impact for the sake of what? For what? These women, like, it's just really sad and it's disheartening. And I say all the time when I'm talking to Risk, I almost wish I was dumb, or I almost wish I wasn't a smart girl because ignorance is bliss. If I didn't know, I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? But this shit is just it's and then it's almost a slap in the face because then the women in the league. Never mind, I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna speak for
Go.
her.
You
The
there?
women in the league, like you fight for them, and you want to come on here and argue with me. You saying this, that, and the third, and but you're not. You saying one thing, you're doing it another. And now that I'm asking you, when you made this public forum, you want to like and hey, you love me when I'm saying this and this, and now I'm asking you a question. That's the issue, and y'all picking and choosing. And I just, it's just disheartening. It really is. Like the hoops is good, but the optics and all of that optics, it's just really really bad. And I ain't gonna lie. On the flip side, I even feel empathetic for Caitlyn sometimes because this is a fucking lot riding on her shoulders. Like it is. I feel empathetic for her. The baby needs some ashwagandha or something so she can calm the fuck down. She needs something. But I feel empathetic for her because she didn't ask for all of this. Could she handle it a little better? Yes, I think so too. But it's just a lot. And I just want them to figure it out. I want them to, but I know they're not.
I just wish all the beef y'all and long receipts y'all was trying to keep on Dolores, y'all took them shits up with the W and your PA and all of the shit that could actually make a change. But
And
I guess
another
not.
thing, I'm so sorry. Another thing, we sat on this app and y'all got this beef with Dolores that is still running to this day. And everything that we have said is getting shown right back in your face. From the jump, we said Angel, she's dope. She gets to do a lot of shit. They get to do a lot of little shit down at LSU that South Carolina girls simply they can't redo right now because they got Don and the optics and da 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 da. And to a certain extent, Kim Mulkey does protect them. And that's why I kept giving y'all that get along shirt because I knew eventually the shit would sit right on the table and y'all feet would be to the fire and y'all would see how this shit really go. Like I'm saying, we defending Angel right now because as bad as she is, in a good bad, and as much as she's doing, she's getting paid dust because she's a black woman. But when we told y'all that in college season, y'all thought we were lying and we were hating. We weren't. Ding dong. We weren't. Like this shit is laid out right in front of y'all faces. Like, I don't know, like that's why I gave you the get along, good along, sir, because we fighting the same fight. You might not want to, boo, but we on the same side. Sorry. Deal with it. We on the same side, boo. So strap in and put your shirt on. Okay? Thank you. I'm gonna stop for now.
Well, anyone else, if you would love to raise your hand?
Sorry,
Anyone else
no,
on the
I got
stage?
one more thing since Low. So
Go
sorry,
ahead.
since Low brought up the renewal thing. I just want to make it clear that the only reason them people got on Spaces was because who was doing it first.
Well, well,
I
well.
just want to make sure
Well,
that's clear. Okay, go ahead, B.
well, I mean that is very true. Okay, NASA, no change. Hold on. We about. I see you raising your hand. We about to bring you up to the good stage. You have something to say.
Let me also say the way that some people tried to handle styles on this app this week really pissed me the fuck off. Um, and I'm gonna leave it at that because if you was holding a Black Panther T-shirt 2 summers ago and now it's Candace Owens, stay where you at.
Okay, I think you must have left the stage. You're having some technical difficulties currently. Anyone else that has something that they would like to get off their chest? Cece, we see you here. Okay, go ahead. Come on up, young ma'am. Young ma'am, excuse me. I was talking to the other individual. Hey, Cece.
Hello. I saw the tweets and Lo was going off, so I caught the last 30 seconds. So I'm not even sure if I'm on topic. But I do want to say one thing. I because a lot of people are talking to me. I love that we have casuals coming in, but people seem to forget Angel did that college shit first. She was the one on TikTok dancing. She had everyone tweeting about her, and we seem to forget this. Now I'm confused how we have amnesia. We have amnesia. Angel did it first. She actually won, if I'm not mistaken. She won.
Correct.
She came in here, LSU, ran up in there, danced on the bitches, won a title, random girls out the gym. She has more followers than Cece. She did it first. She made way. Kaylin came in, she did her thing. She got the crowd going perfect, cool. But let's not act like Angel didn't start that. Let's not act like Angel don't got like. Be for real. Be for real. People are. I can't believe that I'm seeing it in real time. It's really crazy that I'm literally seeing people trying to rewrite history in real time. It's insane. It's insane. And I don't even know how much longer I can do it. I can't correct every single person. It's really getting out of hand. And yeah, that's my rant. Thank you.
As always, we love you, CC. What the commercial say? Champs only.
Period.
Who was Layla? We got somebody named Layla trying to request.
Layla, come
Like
on up.
a basketball player. I'm not sure if that's. I'm not sure. Let's go. Hey, Layla. Let's connect them. All right, you
Hi,
connected.
I'm Layla. I'm
Hey.
new to the committee.
Hey.
I tuned in last week and y'all are hilarious. I must say, y'all are funny. But I like to highlight also on the angel topic, but like also with Asia, the markability, that question came back up. I feel like this season, now that Caitlyn has joined. And I just when they say like that, oh, Angel's not as marketable or Asia isn't marketable, which is a lie. Caitlyn's marketability, I argue with like my brother every single day. It was manufactured. It was put to the point to where
Clock it.
each and every week, they had a camera crew out. They forced people to tune into what she was doing. ESPN had the tracker, and it's like you can be watching somebody else play, and it's the Caitlin Clark tracker on her way to breaking the record. Daisha Fair, she broke the record third time all scoring, if I'm correct. No tracker for her, no attention for her. Every time you turn on ESPN for the women's basketball section, it's Caitlin. Whether she does good or she does bad, it's Caitlin. And it's like they never allow the W is doing especially a bad job of planting seeds for every single team. With this rookie class, they collectively have changed what we know as women's basketball today.
Bingo.
I feel like they've all contributed so much into the growing of the game. But you tune in to the national championship game, I think it's like over 20 million Caitlin Clark effect. And it's like, no, South Carolina, they have a pedigree. You have to acknowledge their fan base. They sold out the Final Four in 2022. You don't acknowledge that though. And I feel like that's where it's all going downhill. They're not planting seeds nowhere. And it's just so frustrating to watch.
Yeah. That's what I always say. It's pious, because God loves pious.
Appreciate you, Layla. Are we pronouncing your name correctly, Layla?
Yes, it is Layla. Thank you.
Layla.
Period.
Like Layla
She
Hathaway.
To build on that marketability conversation, that's just something we've kind of harped on this app is you can make anything marketable as long as you're willing to put the dollars and the money and the resources behind it. And you know, again, we can't rewrite history and act like Caitlin's style of play was new. She was playing like Steph Curry when she came into the college game. The cameras weren't there, the people weren't there, the fanfare wasn't there, the hoopla wasn't there. It was there for Paige. And Paige has acknowledged publicly that once she went down and got injured, then of course the media and the narrative shifted over to Caitlyn. And rightfully so. She's a great player. She's a great hooper. But as we're looking at the league grow and as we're looking at, you know, the potential for this league to be a really great league, someone said it on the app and it was such a fair point. Someone can't be a GOAT without GOAT competition. Someone can't be the best without the best competition. And so if we're not able to speak to the talent of other people in the W and around the W, then we'll never actually be able to contextualize how good or average or bad Caitlyn is. Like we won't be able to have historical conversations about her if we don't promote the people that she's playing against. Like somebody just tweeted with a check mark, oh my God, I'm new to the W. I had no idea this AT player existed. Are you like that's a failure by all major marketing entities like ESPN, anybody that's affiliated with sport, for general sports fans, even people that don't know the W, to not know who a top five WNBA player is currently. That's sad and that's a failure. And so when we see the WNBA page post week one highlights and it only be of four players, all of them white, all of them new to the league, it's a slap in the face, as Lo said, to the black woman in the league,
And
and it does nothing for the growth.
and then it's like at the same time, I can be annoyed with newer fans and I can be annoyed with certain things. But if that's what the league is pushing, then I can only be but so mad at the people that are now trying to
Don't
control,
know. Yep.
because that's not, you know what I mean? Like that's what they put in your, that's why I say it's pious, pious as God loves pious. Like that's what we're putting in your face. You know what I mean? So it's just a
And
push.
while we're here, like I've seen a shit ton of white media members in the WNBA space doing this whole, well, why is Vegas like, I don't see why y'all have an issue with us bringing Vegas to task over 100K when Becky Hammond got suspended and they lost a draft pick last year. Like they basically, like they've been known to skate the CBA and do whatever they want to do. Y'all didn't mind Kathy and Co skating the CBA for some charter flights. Like the league is, and Asia said in her interview, the league is reactionary, but in being reactionary, it is only to the damnation of black players and black organizations and black teams. If it means that a black woman can get a leg up in the league, it's not going to happen. But as soon and again, we keep Stewie, yay, yay, yay. Stewie, if Stewie's got enough energy to come on the app and tell us, well, it's bad that everybody doesn't have charter fights, but it's progress. Why don't you go discuss that with the CBA? I mean, with the WNBA PA. Why don't you go do that work internally? Why do you keep coming to the app talking to us about shit that y'all could work out within the players union? And then you wonder why fans get confused when we say something negative about the league, and then y'all come and say, "Well, y'all don't know, y'all don't know." Bitch, y'all don't know. And then you don't bring Kathy to task for giving y'all a shitty ass response to the flight situation. And then I got white media members saying, "Well, see, if the flights really didn't matter, the fever still lost." That's beyond the fucking
That's
principle.
that's so now that's gaslighting. That
Like
shit.
it's beyond the fucking
Little
principle.
stuff don't piss me off, but stuff like that'll piss me off. Well, see, it didn't matter, and don't play with me.
Like, and then you got what's Sarah Spain on the app today talking about? I'm just really disappointed in the media members that are looking to see Caitlyn fail. You remember the media members that told Candace she shouldn't play her the last season because she joined an organization like the Aces? You're not gonna bring them to task?
No, they're not.
I'm still waiting for someone to ask Kathy why Brianna Stewart was able to get the
Exactly.
ambassador award in 2019, but Alyssa Thomas was declined that next season when asked about it. But that's neither here nor there.
Have they even brought the ambassador program back since
No,
Stewie had it one
it
year?
it,
So
it, it was a way to get Stewie paid, but they
Because
declined it when Alyssa asked.
you can skate the CBA when it involves a white woman. If it's a black woman that's pregnant, if it's a black woman that's anything other than on the court playing, follow the rules.
They don't even ask why the Mercury thanked the dog before Skylar Diggins Smith. Please,
They don't even ask why the man in New York got fired as head coach that started when Caitlin was there. You're not even doing your fucking jobs.
Paige. I
You
mean,
still you
Sabrina, see,
I,
Sabrina.
renovate it, renovate
Sabrina.
it, copy and paste. Y'all just
Sorry,
proved my
not
point.
my bad, not Paige. You talking about shoe?
Renovate it,
You talking about shoes?
you
Sabrina.
you still and they still haven't done any background information and give us a real story about why Kennedy was blacklisted. She came on our platform to talk about it. But y'all worried about investigations and stories when y'all too busy pussy holding, diddying the WNBA because you don't
Was
want to lose your connection.
was there any investigation into why Skylar was locked out of the
No,
facilities?
Of
No,
course not. No.
Hmm.
I don't
but you
even
worried
think
about me.
the Players Association even made a comment about it.
And the social justice warriors didn't come on the app and defend her.
Hmm.
Instead, the only thing I saw was why would she tweet this on the day
On
DT's about to hit 10,000? How disrespectful. How dare she tweet about the shit she went through because DT's
mhm.
hitting 10,000 a day.
And and also while I'm working, what's the little coach at New York name? Sandy Brondello.
Mhm.
Where was this energy about? Oh, there's other
Oh,
good
that was
talent in the league.
ironic. I
Where
couldn't
was
believe
this
she said
energy?
that. I couldn't believe she said that.
I mean, out loud with her chest.
Yeah, that was a little. Yeah.
And no, Caitlin and Sabrina aren't the same player, but the way that they've been marketed, the way that they've
Oh
been
yeah,
brought to the public is
yeah,
very similar. So if you
very
use
similar.
the arguments for Sabrina, you can't shift the arguments for Caitlin because it's the same issue.
Right, and I would say that Caitlyn is definitely a lot bigger, but I think what we also don't attribute that to is that women's basketball has been growing as a whole in the last couple of years. So yeah, it's just a mess. And I wish it didn't even have to be like this. That you even have to have these conversations because sometimes it does take away from the product on the floor. And we love basketball, but it just don't. It just should. It just shouldn't have to be like this. And
And
poor
quit
Caitlyn.
gaslighting us with this notion that we can't talk about a player or an issue because they're not the issue. Like, if I'm trying to discuss racism, I got to bring up a white person that benefits from racism. If
Right.
I'm trying to discuss police brutality, I got to bring up a police officer that is being brutal to black people. If I'm trying to discuss this, like any issue, I've got to talk about the person that has benefited the most. That doesn't mean I hate that person. That doesn't mean like this whole argument that we can't talk about shit because we mentioned Caitlyn or we mentioned Sabrina is some bullshit.
Yeah.
And quick question, I'm sure this is how the conversation started. Did you start with that WNBA recap video?
Yeah, that
Yes.
was bad.
Okay. All
Sure
right, then
did.
I won't revisit it. Okay, that was the most racist thing I've ever seen, if I'm being honest with you. I
It's
that
just
was that was egregious. I've never seen such racism in my life.
I'm
So
like,
C,
why? Like,
not CC.
why?
Oh, go ahead, Lo. Sorry.
I just like why? Like, why do we have to? Why does this have to be like, let? And now it's the gaslighting that's come from. Now everybody hates Caitlyn and she needs to be easier, but y'all told us she was gonna come in and take over, and now this goalpost has moved, so we need to make it easier for her. Like, just like I said in the clip last time, if you give her grace and just let her do her thing, none of these conversations will be happening because either she come in busting everybody ass or it take her a little bit of time, and that's cool. Just get a girl some grace. Why is it? And now it's me, the media members. I can't think of no media members that said anything that she wouldn't be great. Like I'm just so confused. And what upsets me the most is how black men just do the most for Caitlin Clark. Because where are you in the trenches when these women in the WNBA need you, like, to stick up for them and to do this? Like, y'all are so nasty to Angel, but y'all are so gung ho. It's just Child, don't get me started on that either. Intersectionality, but it's really nasty. But I don't want to talk about her anymore. I want to talk about other stuff.
I mean, Lo is right. At the root of all of this is misogynoir. It's at the root of all of this. It's the problem. Y'all thought that she was gonna come in here and just run over these black women. Then you see, oh shit, they can actually play. Well, why are they being so hard on her? Make it easier on her. And this, have y'all lost y'all motherfucking minds, bro?
I
Like,
honestly
excuse
feel
me? This is a sport. This ain't scripted wrestling. This ain't Real Housewives of Potomac, bitch. We're here to play and win a championship.
And I feel like honestly, this whole week I was just like, this was going to be a lose lose situation for the W regardless, right? Like if Caitlyn came in and dominated the way everybody wanted her to, it would have been a. This is why we weren't watching the W to begin with. The W don't have a lot of great players. That's why Caitlyn's here now, but we're still not going to watch because they're not that good. How you let a rookie come in and do this? Like we told y'all they weren't that good. They should get in the kitchen. Like it was never going there was never going to be a win for the W because now it's like, why are they so mean to her? Why are they so going so hard on her? Why are they setting hard screens on her when it's just a simple screen? Why are they fouling her hard when I've seen harder fouls in other games that I've watched? Like it was never going to be a win for the W. This transition was never going to be a win.
But
I agree.
it could have been if the climate around women's sports wasn't catered to whiteness. Like literally the basis of the new direction of the W is pop culture centered around the comfortability of black men and white women and white men and how they view talent and how they view competitiveness. And as long as the face of the movement is white, anything they say and do is going to match what they do. Caitlyn cannot fail, period. Just like Sabrina cannot fail, period. Because they as white women have the machine behind them that if they score 30 one night and score 5 the next night, we're gonna highlight the 30 and show you the best clip from the night they scored 5. And then when they score another good game, we're gonna show you every highlight and tell you why. And then if they struggle for a month, we're just going to bring back their college highlights. And then if they struggle for a little bit longer, we're going to blame the black players. There's no space in this current climate where the WNBA fail. And also, while we're on it, the NBA is now involved because they understand that their growth is attached to and attributed to the success of the W. Like people aren't willing to acknowledge that the NBA is losing steam. The NBA doesn't have a future star. The NBA doesn't have their next LeBron. They're trying to make one. They're trying to move mountains to get one. But the NBA is hitching their wagon to the Caitlyn machine. That's why you see Adam stepping in and saying, we want the charter flights now and only for Indiana, at least for now. That's why you see Adam Silver stepping in and saying, Caitlyn needs to be on the Olympic roster because the NBA is going to market her in their campaign so that they can cross over and grab the women that watch the W. They don't give a damn about the men crossing over and watching the W. They only want to increase their audience, and they know that that can be increased through Caitlyn's fame because she transcends the men's and the women's game.
I have a quick question. About so I want to know the Fever and was it the Dallas preseason the numbers because back like onto what you said, Dolores, with like the whiteness and how they promote it. They when Angel and Camilla drew in the 2 million over 2 million people on the stream, they barely wanted to highlight that. They dang near told the woman if you don't turn the phone off, you're getting out. But then they released the numbers for the Caitlin Clark game, and I'm like, you can't promote the growth and then hinder it because it wasn't the person who grew it, the person you wanted who grew it.
That is the WNBA in a nutshell.
I feel
Because why else would you investigate fans or the city donating $100,000 to each individual player? Because I can assure you, if the city of Indiana did it for the Fever, the entire narrative would be, well, these players don't make enough anyways, so of course they deserve that money. Caitlyn is losing money by going to the But let's not forget, literally just a few weeks ago, a month ago, it was, we had WNBA journalists saying, Caitlyn, of course, should go play for the Big Three. And nobody batted an eyelash. So no, there's no lane, there's no space, there's no avenue for the W to shift and match the players that are there. There's just no avenue for it.
Reba, thank you for waiting. You on stage. You're next up.
Reba, don't say nothing crazy.
Right, Reba, because
Cause
usually you be the last one, just in case.
I was just going to say Rachel Banham for Sixth Woman of the Year.
Oh, I support that.
okay, okay,
Wait,
okay.
wait. Did she play today?
She
She
didn't
got a
play
concussion.
today, but those first two games, she gives us energy. She gives us effort. I don't want to wait till the fourth quarter for Ty Harris to decide she wants to play basketball.
Right.
Um, Mariah Jefferson, I know she's just coming back from injury, so she's getting her legs underneath her. I give her a pass. I don't know what Tiffany Mitchell's role is on this team. I don't know what Queen Egbo's role is on this
Oh
team.
damn.
Um,
Dang, I
a
forgot Queen was
Stu,
Reba, they
there.
won, baby.
I know they won. I saw the game. I watched. I don't know what. I guess a Stu comes in for DB and not AT. I don't understand that. But so I'm gonna stick with Rachel Banham as Sixth Woman of the Year. I'm trying to go easier on Dejanay, but she's still pissing me off.
Huh.
Why?
She's balling because her decision making, like she'll play great all game long, but when the game's on the line, she wants to do something stupid. Get your stupid out the first two quarters.
I'm weak. Not just stupid out. She probably just don't you think so? She has not been in a situation in the W where she's in these late game situations where she's the one that we're depending on to make those late game decisions. Maybe she'll get better as time goes on. She probably just a little frantic and nervous. You know what I mean? The
She
third
might be, but like
give us some time. Just we
I
got
mean, she might be, but when she got the jump ball right.
uh-huh.
Why did you go barreling through 5 fucking Fever players and lose the ball? They get the ball back. Luckily, they choked too. But why
That's what
not
I'm
just
saying.
dribble it out?
I'm not saying it's a good decision. What I'm saying is when she gets more accustomed to being in the game in
But I
those
think
moments.
that's basketball. She's played in huge games at Stanford,
But that's
Baylor.
not the W. She's never been in this predicament on the W at the W. That's what I'm saying. She can be better. She just gotta get there. You know.
And to her defense, on that last play throughout the game, Dejanay been slicing and dicing their defense. Like she been cutting and grooving between 2 to 3 defenders to get to the rim and ending up at a free throw line. So she probably, like Lo said, this is probably one of the fewer times she's really been in the lineup down the stretch in a close game, and she saw something that's been working the majority of the game for her and thought, "Hey, let me take it," and and it wasn't there. So
It
things that
wasn't.
she can learn from.
That's also her style of play because you definitely don't want her to
Yeah,
take
and
a
I
jumper
hate
there.
it.
No, that's true
Hate
too.
it. I hate it.
But like you said, she
It,
and when
it
she was
does
in
work.
Stanford, her
I
what
mean, it does work. So, like, I get it. But, like I
That's what I'm
said, get
saying.
your stupid out your first two quarters.
She'll figure it out when and
but
when not.
the most iconic play you know her for, what did she do?
Be stupid. It just happened
She
to
got
work.
she got fouled going for a basket and lost to UConn. Like that is her game.
That's kind of
Mini
true.
me, we're about to bring you up. It shows that you're spinning. Can you hear us, Mini me?
Mini man.
Mini me, are you
Oh,
there?
hi. Can you hear me?
Hey, yep, we can hear you.
Hi. I just wanted to say I am a new WNBA listener. So I kind of been following injuries for the last 2 years, and you know, I kind of like as you start to like really get into basketball, you guys kind of find you guys on Twitter and try to follow you because you guys seem like you have the most knowledge. And I just wanted to say, like, I know you guys have talked about the bad, the bad, the bad, and it all being about, but I want to let you guys know, as someone that's new to the WNBA, that I think that there are new people coming in based off the new rookies coming in, and I started watching based off of injuries, and then
Mhm.
I now I'm into the Connecticut Suns. I'm like, oh my God, these girls are amazing. And, you know, I'm from New York, so I had to look at the Liberties. So I'm like, and Jonquel Jones is, doing it for me. So, I mean, like, out of all the negative, I feel like there's also a positive reaction to everything that's going on.
For
And,
Period.
sure.
you know,
Uh-oh.
fine, let's talk about the issues that's going on, but also appreciate the new that's coming out of it from the other people that are bringing people like me to the new game. I done bought gear. I got the league pass. Um,
Period.
what's this thing with them doing 2 games? Because I wanted to watch both games.
Oh,
I'm
welcome
like,
video
Welcome. Now you
system.
cooking.
I was like,
Welcome.
I can't be
Welcome,
switching
girl.
into team.
Welcome.
Unfortunately, you're
Blame
gonna be dealing with that
ESPN.
all season.
Welcome. But I want to say this though. We do appreciate new fans. That's what we want. We do want growth and we want positivity. And we understand everything's not gonna be positive, but you even you being here shows you are a new fan and you looking to learn and you like, oh, let me watch this team and let me watch this team and I'm gonna go get my gear. And you're not coming in here trying to tell nobody what they know and what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we do appreciate new fans. That's what we want. But of course you gotta be graceful with it. Don't come in here,
Yeah.
being rude and stuff. So we really do appreciate you and we appreciate Angel. We know Angel got so many new people and
She could
Angel got so
I
many
go
people in this
and
space. Like,
say.
so we appreciate it. We really, really do.
But
And I just want to say,
I appreciate you guys for highlighting some of the bad.
Mhm.
Also seeing that, especially when you have a league that is 70% black and seeing that they're not getting there is where I'm like, these are phenomenal women, like really, really good. And, you know, I just try to push the CC stuff out of my mind. I follow who I want to follow so I get the correct information because if anything, I'm more worried about Aaliyah Boston. Like Aaliyah Boston, I feel like from what I went back and looked at some of her games and like trying to figure out like what type of player, and I know she was rookie of the year, but she got a lot of pressure, and I just want to pray for that baby.
Mhm.
yeah, it's nasty out in these streets. But
Thank
not to add. No, no, for sure. We appreciate you
Thank
definitely. Now
you.
we got a question. Which gear you got though? Who you rocking?
you, Chicago Sky.
Period.
Okay,
Period.
I know
okay.
that's right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
This
definitely
is it.
gotta go with Chicago Sky, and I think so. I had my top three: Chicago Sky. Then I got the Connecticut Suns because they just been big ball,
Period.
Period.
and I don't really
Don't
need. I feel
don't
like as
say
a New
it.
Yorker, I have to take the
Oh,
Liberty.
Oh,
Oh,
brother.
brother.
But
oh.
like I only really like two players on the team. So I don't
Wait, which
John,
two? Which two now?
John Quayle and Laney.
Jocko Jones and I remember the little spicy girl. I cannot remember her name right now. Black
Benaja?
skin
Who?
curly hair.
Gotta be Laney.
It
Benaja?
gotta be the Benaja.
Yeah.
I know that's right. You good in my book, sister. Amen.
Yeah, don't start.
Hey,
But thank you guys for letting me speak.
for
Of
sure,
course,
for sure.
anytime.
Thank you.
All
And
right.
for some, because the stage is getting crowded, we are going to have to move down to the audience until we can get some more people up. So give us just a minute. Janelle, come on up.
Dum 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 dum
Janelle,
dum. Dum.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
doing well. How
Hey,
are you?
I am wonderful, blessed, highly flavored.
Oh, hot
Um,
chick. How about?
my
very
God, I know it tastes
curious.
good.
I'm very curious about what y'all see happening for Alyssa Peely. I know she hasn't been getting tons of minutes. But I think talking about players translating, obviously she knows her angle, she's great, but she's also, a short person. She's also trying to figure out how she fits because her body type, the sort of comps aren't really there. And obviously, like, excited for Cheryl and like her being able to make something happen with her. But I'm curious about what y'all see coming up for her. Maybe like how Cheryl's trying to mold her or something. Because I don't want her to get lost in the shuffle in light of her being in this new position.
You
I
know
think
who
she's
comes?
doing great.
You
I
know,
think.
go
Go ahead.
low.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think Jessica Shepard, and no, they're not a 1-to-1 match. But in college, Jessica Shepard was a back to the big, larger player, low post dominating player. When she got to the W, of course, there was some injury, but when she's been able to play, her game has been a lot more versatile. So I think for Peely, I think you got to play the long game or the developmental game. I think for what she has right now, I think she's doing a great job. But I think her body will definitely have to morph just a little to stay in the league. I think she's going to definitely need to work on being a little bit more versatile because at her height there's just not a lot she can do at the 4 and 5 position in my opinion currently in the but I think for the player that she is at this moment, I think Cheryl is a really great coach for her because Cheryl does really a good job with that type of player.
Yeah, I think I'm trying like Janelle McCarville when she was with the
Oh,
Lynx. Sorry for
Yes,
y'all new people. Y'all
Janelle.
got to get on your YouTube and look
Yes,
her up.
Janelle.
But like her or like when Danielle Adams was like just
Yes,
like
for sure.
in that
Ooh.
where you just gotta learn to like really move around to compensate for your lack of height. But she gonna be all right.
yeah. I think because she's all those things you mentioned, she might got to figure it out a little more, But I think she'll be fine, and I think Cheryl will work with her because she clearly seems invested in her. So
Yeah, she ended up at the right place because Cheryl is probably one of the few coaches in the W that truly develops players throughout their time in the W.
And
And
she gonna play
sidebar,
the ass.
oh go ahead.
No. I just said she gonna play him.
Oh, I was just gonna say sidebar. I love how they have really embraced her culture there too, and
Oh, they're
made it
doing a great job of
like
like
I really love
caring,
what they've done with
bringing
that.
congresswomen out. They're not playing.
Appreciate
Yeah.
you, Janelle,
Thank you.
Norma.
Thank you.
For sure, for sure. Thank you, as always. And Norma. Oh, sorry, Norma.
well,
Come
what?
on up. I said Norma. Sorry, you know,
Brother.
country. I said Florida, Georgia.
Not Medea.
My dear.
no, no deodorant for your beauty. Norma, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hi everyone. I've enjoyed this immensely. I'm Norma. I live in Atlanta. I'm a Dream season ticket holder and been watching the Dream for a really long time. Also a South Carolina fan and alum, so I followed Dawn ever since she started back in South Carolina. So I am not new to this. I am true to this. Just
Come
wanted to
on,
say,
Norma.
just
Yes.
wanted to say, I went to Paris. So look, I roll deep with this. This past
Her money
weekend,
long.
yeah, this weekend went to New York City with some girlfriends, went to the Liberty Fever game. The energy was off the charts in the Barclays Arena, but there's one thing I gotta say that I gotta get off my chest. We were in the game. The game had already tipped. I don't know if you guys who were watching could see this, but the game had tipped. It was a media timeout, and Kathy goes to talk to the referee. It wasn't a hi, how you doing kind of quick chat. It was pretty prolonged based on what I could see. Then
Kathy
when that,
Engelbert?
yes, and when that
Mm.
ended, that ref went to talk to the other refs. That did nothing but piss me really the F off. Because why you can't talk to the refs before the game or after the game? What do you have to say to the refs during the game? Perception is reality. And to me, it just looked like it was foul. That's what
Ooh.
I have to get off my chest. So I don't know if you guys could see that because it was
No.
a media timeout.
And you said this
See?
happened in the first quarter?
Yep.
She was probably
Now,
sent by Adam Silver though, because
I
he was
mean,
there
yes.
too.
Well, he
Yep.
was
Right.
sitting right by her.
Oh,
now I
okay, yeah,
gotta
she
go
was
watch the
probably sent by
He,
game
he
Adam
was sitting
Silver.
right by her. Now I got to go
Yeah,
back and rewatch the game to see if
and
anything
see what
changed after that.
changed.
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
gotta
yeah,
go see what changed.
Right.
he probably sent her
So
there.
So that was just the one thing I got. So we might be at the point where we might be needing a new commissioner. Let me just say that, just because we're at a point and an inflection point in this game for these
We
women
are.
where the leadership is just not there. I'm gonna have to echo what somebody said earlier, which is the W needs an independent contracted PR team because what they're doing now ain't it. I would agree wholeheartedly with that. And I'm not even sure that they're so insular they can't even see beyond themselves. And they need to get out of their own way. The other thing that pisses me off is you guys already touched on this, is the investigation into the Aces. Don't even get me started, because I'm standing for anybody who's got a South Carolina player. So I'm for all the W teams that got South Carolina players, and Aces is got some. So, but it's a sponsorship. So how is this any different than, say, Nike sponsoring or having a deal with a player? I don't understand it. I don't understand what the investigation is about. And the W is has such lack of transparency when it comes to issues such as the charter flights. How are they making decisions around that? There is no transparency. Like, they're not saying how they're making those decisions. I think if I'm quoting her correctly, Kathy said something about um, I can't remember the words she used, but it was strategic priorities. It was very vague, and this was her response to how decisions were being made about charters. So it was very vague, and that was intentional on why she was being vague, I feel like. And so not any transparency, and it doesn't seem like there are any efforts forthcoming to be more transparent about decision making that's going on with the W. So, in my opinion, we might be needing to move towards another commissioner. Thanks for
But
listening to me, y'all.
to
Well,
that
thank
point
you.
about
I
to
Thank
that
will.
you,
point
Norma.
about the to that point about the commissioner though, you have to think who's if Adam is the lead decision maker
Right.
and he's got Kathy in his pocket, then she's gonna stay. Now, if Adam doesn't think she's doing a good job, then I think she might leave. But
Yeah, yeah.
because
Anyway,
the players aren't pushing back publicly against her outside of Alicia Clark the other night.
no, they're not. And that's the thing that I'm not also understanding. Like, what's going on behind the scenes, and why is there not more pushback?
144 sounds.
Because they don't care as much as we do sometimes.
Yeah, it's not if the league is very clearly not a united front in terms of the what the league should be doing for its own growth and for the betterment of all the players in the league. Because you got some that are like, I mean, no shade to her, but you got some tweeting WNBA NIL, woo, yay. Then you got some, of course, that hate it. Like there is no unified front.
Yeah, and it's just, well, the whole thing and everything that everybody has said up until this point, completely agree with. It really is frustrating. It's really frustrating when you're trying so hard to support the W. And I've been supporting for a really long time. And back when Lisa Leslie was playing, I've gone to see her play. So, like I say, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, but it really does get old and tiresome.
We appreciate it, Norma. Thank you so much. Go Cops.
Yep, go Cox.
Period.
Are there any other hands in the audience that shall be
Greg
raised?
and Greg up here. What?
Wait, Greg.
Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
Greg.
Never mind. Go
Y'all,
ahead.
Oh,
Go
Greg
ahead.
and Deidre. Hey, Deidre. Hey, Greg.
y'all done brought me up here, Deidre. Y'all done brought me up here. I'm like, damn, I'm part of the crew now.
We
Let
sorry.
me start printing some shirts. Let me start, getting some plates because clearly this is a family affair. Um, but I just want to say hello. Thank y'all for obviously allowing me on the stage. I tweeted during the Liberty game. We were there. Shout out to Skylar who's doing her thing. Shout out to I guess the Liberty for winning. But we're at the game and we didn't know what was going on in the Indiana Fever game because they had the same goddamn time. Um, but I had tweeted, Kill History, and it was off of Aaliyah Boston's block. And I'm like, okay, y'all could also highlight that Aaliyah got the block. And we're in the Crown Club, eating, chilling. I leave, and there are thousands, not thousands, hundreds of racist white folks in my mention. And I read a tweet during the game that Aaliyah was dealing with the fact that she can't be on social media because it's no longer a safe environment for her. And I'm just wondering, I know that if this, we're not the Black Panther Party. We are some Negroes that really care about this shit, but we do not have the resources. We are in different cities, and we can try and do as much as we can. But we're trying to protect these players. But I'm saying from a logistical, from a psychological, from a physical standpoint, outside of the charters, these players cannot even exist online without dealing with this degree of racism and sexism, misogynoir, because it's very particular to Black women. And I'm wondering, what do we do? I don't know what was said before, but I'm a regular nigga from New York. And sorry, I didn't know if we supposed to be cursing, but anyways, I'm still a regular nigga from New York. And if I'm dealing with niggas in my mention, what the hell are these players dealing with? And what sort of safety and protocols are being put in place, or would y'all believe should be advised to protect them?
Go low.
They don't care. Like I was saying earlier, there's no way that as a PR person or as anybody, you're looking at how this is unfolding and saying, this is good. Like, yeah, this is great. I just can't, that don't make sense. I can't see it. I can't see it. Can't see it.
I
They don't
I
care.
guess I'm the approach I take is this, and I'm not trying to be like insensitive or anything, but the WNBA is a professional sport. All professional athletes deal with criticism. We as W fans are definitely a lot more liberal and progressive, so we definitely value protection, especially like actual safety, over most. But when it comes to social media, in my opinion, either hire someone to do your socials or be very clear in your posting and use of social media. Because we see KD get on the app and argue with trolls regularly. We see like it is literally a part of the climate of American culture to be criticized and ridiculed. And if your goal is to be present on social media, you have to also be cognizant of the negative aspects of social media, and how it's used. So I'm personally glad that Aaliyah is taking that choice to remove herself, because I'm sure the comments are extremely nasty, as they are for most superstars in the league. I think more so than anything, it's just about the players being intentional about what they allow to enter into their mental and physical space. And so, if these comments are affecting Aaliyah, I'm glad that she's proactive. But also, I don't want to victimize her in this situation, in the sense that I make other people responsible for her mental well being in this situation. Because
Agreed.
ultimately, as a superstar, they're going through life period. That's issues. Social media is not, they don't have to be on these apps. So if it is impacting you that much, do exactly what Aaliyah did. But if you're going to be on the app, you can either choose to focus on, the people that are supporting you, or read the trolls down, or send them to somebody like me and let me curse them out. Like, there's so many different ways you can navigate the app. I do want Aaliyah to focus on making sure that she's mentally prepared, but I also don't want to victimize the players in their social media usage, because ultimately using social media is a choice. Because the way that Caitlyn was handled after the Cheryl situation, and Cheryl didn't even call her a slur or do anything nasty, is like people are. I mean, Hallie came on the app and was like, "You guys don't know the Caitlyn that I know," and now we got people like bullying Aaliyah, or shit, I'd bully people too. But anyways, we got people bullying Aaliyah, and nobody's coming back for her but us. So I just think if you can handle it, stay on. If you can't, don't. Just take care of yourself. Is how I view it. I just don't want. I don't see the interest, the value in like coddling anybody.
And I agree with you 100%. I think what makes this different is because I feel like Aaliyah has had people coming at her
Oh,
for a
for
very
sure.
long
Oh,
time.
for sure. Her entire
I
career.
just think this, yeah, this is just a little different because we've seen how these fans of Caitlin Clark are, not even particularly her, because some people to me just using her as an excuse to be racist.
It's just Iowa fans.
Yeah,
Just I don't even know.
I think people are. I do think they're calling her absolutely, and it's not my ministry. That's why I haven't done it. But I do think it's more so because of they know how nasty them people are and how racist and you know how they can be. So I think it's more of that than just coddling her just because of social media. I think it's more of that. But once again, it's not my ministry, so just get off. Like you said, if you can't handle it, get off. That's good. Good for
Yeah,
her.
I mean, because it's like my take is like you can't fame everything you do in life comes with a negative. Like everything you do, there is no perfect job, there's no perfect anything. There's always going to be a negative spin. And so, not even the price you pay of being an athlete, but one of the perils of being a really good athlete and a high level athlete is you're not going to have everybody's not gonna like you. Caitlyn deals with it, Asia deals with it, Stewie deals with it. Everybody's not gonna like you. And so I think for Aaliyah, we know how her spirit is so beautiful and so sweet, and that the religious upbringing and all these things makes us more sensitive to her, which I definitely value and respect. But I also understand that like she is now an adult, a maturing woman. She just has to do what's best for her. That's kind of my view of it. Greg, why the fuck are you raising your hand?
Well, good evening to
Praise
you
the
and
Lord.
everybody else. All right now, all right. I was gonna ask you a question. With hearing y'all talk about Aaliyah, is anyone else that's in the W right now, like in her age range, young black W is receiving the exact same type of I don't even know what the fuck I don't even know what the word to call it. Um, like that type of attention. Like who else is like that?
In a negative way?
Come,
Yes.
I
no.
can't really name
I,
anybody
w-
in a negative
I don't
way.
know. I don't have an answer.
And it's been going for a while now. I mean, obviously since like the bubble, but like outside of her being a young black woman, played for Carolina, played for Diane Staley, what is actual?
Oh,
You
oh,
doing you in that little storm that hit Rock Hill the other week.
you breaking up.
But I think I kind of get to where he was trying to go with that. Um, there is no
Can you hear?
other player that I guess you could go Asia, but Asia's been in the league for a while, so they're not in the same, I guess age range. Age is only like 5 years older than her though, so I guess you could.
Even with her being like around 5 years, like in like the pro world, like that's a long ass time. So like, is it? So she's Aaliyah Boss is the only one though, like nobody
I
else.
think it's the coach. I don't. People hate Dawn Staley and whatever product she puts out there, they're gonna get that
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. Aaliyah's just one of the better products that she's put out in like the last 2 years. And she won all those awards in college. She translated well her rookie year. She's figuring out her sophomore year, and that's because they got, another all-star, all-American on their team that they have to play through. So they're figuring that out, but I think it's their hate for Dawn Staley, honestly.
I personally I think Aaliyah is different in that Asia's Asia's personality and her upbringing and the team that she was a part of made her
Mm-hmm.
ideal in terms of being able to handle the
Mm-hmm.
positive and the negative of rising to her stardom. And what I mean by that is, yes, her mother and her father are very religious, but Asia knows how to
Mm-hmm.
navigate very black spaces, very white spaces, and everything in between. And she knows how to do it
Right.
in a way that still endears people to her, but doesn't make her victimized. Um, so for example, like if somebody says something slick about her, she may quote to them and be like, "Well, damn, I didn't know I looked that bad." Or even read them back, and the fans, see it and they laugh and they joking and they go to bat for her. Um, Aaliyah's is different because we saw like a national almost campaign to make her look like a crybaby, basically, and to show her at her lowest over and over and over and over again for a year and a half. And so even when she won at her highest moment, then you've got your Holly Rose that get her name wrong. Like her, we say, I know we talk about this as South Carolina fans, but the freshie class was a different type of class at South Carolina. I almost feel like they wanted it too much. They wanted to win every game. They came in with pressure. They felt all this stuff to succeed, and so they played with that high anxiety, high tension. And I feel like that same climate is with Aaliyah right now. Is I've got Caitlyn on my
Mm.
team. I just won Rookie of the Year. I know I'm a great player, but my team's not as good as we should be. I don't really trust my coach. I'm not being marketed well. People still see me as the little soft Aaliyah, so they're gonna try to punk me in the game. Like she's battling all this pressure on the court. So then when you come to social media and that's exacerbated by, you know, Iowa fans or LSU or whomever who has a feeling
Hmm.
about South Carolina, to Reba's point, then you're facing it on all fronts. Um, and typically, your play is what can shut people up. But she's not been able to put the ball in the
Right.
basket this season, so she hasn't really been able to do that. And stupid, and with all these new fans, everybody's not going to do the work that our homegirl did in terms of going and looking at her games, knowing how talented she is. People just want to say what they want to say. So no, I don't think she has a comparable experience in the W. But at the end of the day, shut him up. Go hoop. That's my
Hmm.
policy. Like, go hoop. Fuck them. And if your coach isn't doing what she needs to do, fuck her too and cuss her out. But that's not the type of player we're dealing with. So, but also it matters when who your agent is, who your team is, who the people that are around you. Are they advocating for you? Are they putting their foot down? Are people standing in the gap for you when maybe you need that? Asia had Bill.
She never should have left Jay.
I'm not gonna have that conversation on
I
here.
said that when she left. I said she never should have did that.
I'm not gonna have that conversation on here, but if you would like
And
to, we can.
she also, when we talk about, how can I say, some stuff not mixed comedy
Right.
conversation. She's also not a mixed company. Never mind.
Don't do it. I know what you're about to say.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
yeah,
yeah, don't do
yeah.
that. So okay, so to kind of, do you think if she plays more with an edge of like, you think this goes
No,
away?
No.
because the W's not gonna let her play with an edge. Because Aaliyah playing with an edge puts her in the same company as like a McCowan. And
Yeah.
Aaliyah doesn't like
Mm,
getting in foul trouble. We know that from college. Like, because in my opinion,
mm,
like Lo said earlier, hit somebody. Shit. I mean, like
But they let
right.
AT play like
like
that,
elbow
which is
her
interesting.
ass till like you got to put your damn elbow in their sternum. Knock
She
they
won't
ass
come back,
out.
So
Um,
Break a
Lo,
break a titty.
you said 18.
but they let AT
yes,
be dirty
of
and
course,
play
because
that way.
that's the W. I mean, hell, I mean, Caitlyn was fouling AT all night and not didn't got a whistle. Aaliyah blocked her shit, and AT was ready to nuck if you buck.
Mm,
Colorism.
So I
Yeah, I think it's definitely also
oh for
misogynoir. The
sure.
reality is, Aaliyah is a tall, dark-skinned black girl who
That's what
is
I was
not
going.
giving bust down in the space.
Thank
Ooh,
you.
She has
That's what I was.
loved
go
Yep,
herself.
ahead,
yep,
Let's
yep,
Janelle.
be clear.
Yeah.
She's not showing
Yep.
up to a space where
yep,
she is like, look, I
yep,
am presenting
yep,
myself as for male gaze and
yep,
hypersexual. She has her
yep,
boyfriend, she has her thing, and she keeps her
yep,
business to herself. She be
yep,
praying, she be sweet,
yep,
and she's kind to people.
yep,
So she uses and
yep,
leads with her game and
It's
with
the
her
yum.
intelligence.
It's the
And when you
yum.
are leading with your game and your
yep,
intelligence, and you're not
yep,
like, oh, look at me in the skim skate
yep,
Ooh,
lane, oh, look at me on the
yep,
ooh,
runway,
yep,
people are going to treat you
ether.
differently.
yep,
And the reality
yep,
is, Aaliyah is constantly combating
yep,
the WNBA narrative.
yep,
Because if you want to push
yep,
a white player who you can advocate as the straightest
yep,
person until years later and then they
Ooh,
come out,
yep,
the reality is, Aaliyah is
Ooh.
yep,
directly in
yep,
conversation with Caitlin Clark
Yep.
because now they're teammates. So
Yep.
when Caitlin makes a bad pass or if something
Ooh,
happens, they want to blame
damn,
Aaliyah. But
Jeanette.
honestly, it's a lot easier to
Yep.
continue to dogpile onto someone who is directly disrupting the narrative. When Aaliyah came out, she was actively going to be the number one pick. They knew it. There was no way to deny it. She was going to be a star. And in a class where they knew she was going to go number one and everything else was up for grabs, it's difficult because you have to promote her. You know she's going to be rookie of the year. She's going to be the superstar. And she's not the kind of superstar that you can sell or sexualize in the
Yep.
way that you hope you can
Yep.
continue to market toward
Yep.
the men who you were
Yep.
marketing to in 1997. So the reality is, because Aaliyah Boston, as talented as she is not coming through like a Lisa Leslie type, people don't know what to do. And so they're a
Yep.
little confused. And then the league is not going to continue to advocate for her because if Aaliyah has the game of her life and Caitlin's struggling, they're still going to want to show us
Well,
Caitlin. So the reality is, to Greg's point, other players would have this issue if they were, struggling in conversation with and in contact with another league superstar. Whoever plays with Paige, if there is a black woman playing with Paige who people aren't like, ooh, she's sexy, is going to be a problem. If there's just in the same way that, like, if Sabrina is struggling and John Quell's having a bad game, John Quell's getting dragged. It is part of the realities of the way in which
Mhm.
race and colorism and intersections are all happening, especially when people can't like fetishize you on top of it. Just to
Yes.
say the thing that's not being said.
That's where I was going. Yes.
damn. Whoever can, we need that clip by 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yes, Shay.
Yep. That's it. That's exactly where I
Damn.
was going. She's not quote unquote that this desirable woman that you can. Yep. Janelle, my dog. Thank you,
Well,
Greg.
well. Anyone else? Oh, Greg, are you still? I'm sorry, I don't know if you're done or not.
Nah, good.
Okay. Anyone else has anything to add tonight, or any other cans need to be
You got
raised?
that? Y'all follow that girl. Give her flowers. If she got a cash app, send her something. Listen.
You deserve.
If you ever come to New York, you got tickets on me.
Hey, she got. Listen,
Girl,
them
I
good
live
seats.
here. Say
Them
less.
them good seats too.
What?
I'm in Washington Heights right now. I'll be there.
Oh, all right. Listen, hit
Hey,
me.
well,
Hit me my DMs. I got
Bet.
you.
can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese?
Oh my
You gotta
God,
catch your flight
Jesus.
first, babe. But you make it on time for your flight. I'll get you a
Yo,
bacon, egg, and cheese. I got you.
You on fire tonight. I love it. Well, we thank everyone for tuning in today. I feel like that is a perfect way to end tonight's show. Go and get you some merch. Check out our all new revamped site, thecommitteesportsgroup.com. And yeah, we'll be back. We having a wind down this week. Y'all feeling a little sexy?
Not six.
That wine make me feel sexy. We'll let y'all know. Stay tuned to our Twitter, or our X, whatever you want to call it, if you're politically correct, I guess. But yeah, as always, thank you for listening. Thank us for speaking. Peace.